everyday purchases might be totally affordable for you right now, but will that be the case at the time you plan to retire? Money expert Coach Pete from Capital Financial says if you know your number, you'll be just fine. He breaks it down for us.
So Pete, how do we know our number? And that number is the amount of money we need to have before we can retire comfortably.
Yeah, and what is going to be comfortable in the future, and how do we know what taxes are going to be in the future? So we need as much as possible. So I like to have people try to arrive at a number, and then we try to multiply that number by 20%, so 20% more than that number, to give you a little bit of comfort and a bit of a buffer zone just in case things aren't like we thought they were going to be.
That's some great advice. So take that number that you think in your head and just go ahead, add 20%, because you will probably not have enough, because you guys know things fluctuate and there are unexpected costs as well.
What I've heard all over my lifetime when I was younger is when you retire, you're not going to need as much money. And I'm thinking, what do you mean? I mean, every day's a weekend of retirement. I know what I do on weekends. I spend more money. So we need more money, not less money, because there's unknown variables that no one's going to know until they get there. Taxation, inflation. Inflation is things getting more expensive. And I remember 10-cent candy bars, because I'm 54, right? So they're not 10 cents anymore. And they used to be bigger. I don't think my hands have grown that much, but my hands look big now holding a candy bar. They were small back in the day. So we have to factor all this in. And so we put together a worksheet to help people figure out what they're spending now, but more importantly, what it's going to cost in the future.
Yeah, this is an exercise people can try at home. It's in your book. So everyone grab a legal pad and let's take a look at what they're doing here. So walk us through what this process is. What are these columns that we're filling out?
Well, we look at expenses. Like utilities are never going away unless we, you know, there's always these articles online trying to get you to put your information in so they can show you how you can get off the grid, get these solar panels, but solar panels never work. I mean, they get old and they die, and things. If you own a house, you know things break.
Right, absolutely.
It breaks all the time. So we have to look at what utilities are going to cost us, and we need to factor in the fact that things are going to get more expensive there. Fossil fuels are going to be going away. I think it looks like we're going to be minimizing them. So other ways to make energy are more expensive sometimes. We look at food costs. Depends on what you like to eat, but again, it depends on where you go shopping sometimes.
And how many kids you're feeding at the moment versus later on, obviously.
There used to be a store I would go to, like I used to joke with my friends, we called it whole paycheck.
Yeah, oh, I get that. That's funny.
Right? So we have to know where we're shopping, and we have to, and I don't want to be like my grandpa. My grandpa would always go down the sale aisle because he was a carpenter, didn't have much money. I didn't know that back then, but it makes sense. We never went down certain aisles, and I wasn't allowed certain things. And it wasn't because he was trying to watch my health. He was watching his own wealth, right?
Understand. So we're looking at all of our expenses for the year for now, what it costs us now, and then what it's expected to cost us then.
And then we try to factor in inflation, right? So every year things get 3% more expensive, linear, it's on average, not linear. I mean, so because one year it doesn't go up 3%, one year it might not go up at all, but the next year it might go up 10%. So we have to just pretend that everything is going to get 3% more expensive, and then we look at what things will cost 30 years from now, and again, it's kind of enlightening, saying, gosh, that $1 million you have saved for retirement might not carry you through retirement with these expenses. And one thing I don't like to do is tell people they can't spend money or do things they want to do when they're in retirement, because you basically skimped all through your life trying to save money, put money in a 401k, so when you get to retirement, that's supposed to be the reward.
Right.
And so we don't want you to have to count pennies or worry about spending because you might run out of money. So we have some special vehicles we use in the financial world to give you lifetime income, so you never have to worry about running out of money.
That's smart.
Take the risk away, put it in lifetime income. We call it growth, protection, income. Money needs to grow. It needs to be protected, though. So what good is it to get a great gain in the market today if you lose it all tomorrow?
Absolutely.
So we need to lock that gain in, never lose it again, and then in the future, take that bigger number and get a lifetime income you can never outlive from it.
Perfect. If people want to hear a little bit more from you, some more advice from you, or maybe reach out to you about their personal financial situation, how can they get in touch?
You can always give us a call, and I want the viewers to know that first 10 people call after each show get a no-cost $1,000 plan. It's a total retirement plan, we call it. But if you want to do your own research, go to PeteOnDemand.com. There's audiobooks, calculators, worksheets, workbooks, great interviews there. I had an interview with Sully Sullenberger, the guy that landed the plane in the Hudson.
Amazing.
Eddie Money, famous rock star, Charlie Daniels, a lot of interviews right there that we've had. But it's all, we tie it all into the financial world. So it doesn't seem like it, but it all does.
You're learning while you're entertained. Thank you again so much for taking time to sit with us today.
You're welcome.